Today I'm going to be talking about what the government are trying to do to bring down this HGV driver shortage. Hey guys, it's Dr. Walji from Simply Medicals. Today I'm going to be talking about what the government are trying to do to bring down this HGV driver shortage. You may remember a few weeks ago there was a couple of headlines saying that there's a 60,000 driver shortage in the industry and the government are trying to bring people in. They were also telling us not to panic buy because there's enough food to go around. Luckily, there's been no changes in the actual supermarkets as we see it. However, you may have seen that there's a lot of places like car industries which are really struggling because of this HGV driver shortage. So today we're going to go through exactly how we can address that. So one of the main problems with HGV driver training at the moment is that they're very short on examiners. Okay, so what they're trying to do is trying to find out what's the best way that we can try and do more tests, get more people out on the road without having to do have more examiners on board basically. So there's a couple of things that they're planning on doing. So the first thing is that drivers who have a car license will be allowed to drive trailers without needing a medical, without needing the training. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing that they're planning to do is at the moment you have to be class 2 ready in order for you to go on to class 1. So you need to do rigids and then you can do arctics, articulated lorries. Now they're planning to change that now and make it that you are able to pass the class 1 without having to do class 2, which obviously is going to be a massive saving for most of you drivers because you're going to save on a whole week's worth of training, which you won't have to do anymore. But also it means that we can get more people through the door and into the industry as quickly as possible. So they also have a couple of other things that they're looking at. So coaches won't need to have an extra license if you want to tow a trailer on a coach or a bus. And some of the off-road maneuvers, they're going to let the driver training places actually sort that out rather than the examiners having to examine that, obviously saving more time again. All right, so there's quite a few things that they're planning on consulting. The submission date is the 7th of September 2021. That's a submission for all of us to give our views on what we think would be a useful way for them to address this HGV driver shortage. Hopefully, if we all support it enough, we might be able to get this rule come into play. It will be a massive benefit to the industry, but also to the drivers because you don't have to pay as much for your training. And on top of that, you don't have to worry about doing different steps and waiting for another test, which may be in 3 to 6 months' time, depending on how many examiners are available at your test center. So it's definitely a really important thing. It's something that's in the pipeline, may or may not happen, but it's just important for you guys to know. This was an email sent to me from the DVLA this evening actually, just to remind us to go through all of the have our say so that we can discuss this properly on the 7th of September. That's when the deadline is for us to do our submissions, and then after that they're going to start discussing on what's the best way to move forward as a country with regards to this HGV driver shortage. If you need your medical, feel free to give us a shout. We can try and get your provisional sorted in the meantime. But yeah, if there's anything that you need or anything that I can help with, give me a shout.